Well, hi. Today is Friday, October 17th, 2025. I'm Todd Studer, and this is Morning Coffee. There are a ton of events that are going to be happening, and a couple of them are happening today. The Refill My Cup Pumpkin Spice Edition that was organized and is being put on by Miners Healthcare. That's going on today at the Warehouse Event Center in Council Bluffs from 9 to 4, one-day women's conference, and I know that a lot of folks are going to be attending. She does two of these usually a year, and the fall one is really, really popular. So good job, Julie Wiesman with Miners Healthcare of making all of that happen. And we're looking forward to a great event. And then later on, we said that, the Refill My Cup finishes at 4. Well, then jump on the road. Head on down south to S&B Country Kennel, because from 4:30 to 7:30 tonight, it's an evening of food, fun, and dare I say football at S&B Country Kennel. It's their potluck social. This is kind of a cool event that they're doing. Do bring your favorite dish to share. You can watch the Nebraska game on the big outdoor screen. And also, he has that new pond that he made. Well, you can do canoe and kayak rides while you're there. There's going to be local pop-up vendors. You can grab something sweet from the boba bar. This is small town community at its best, I'm telling you. Tailgating, laughter, good food. It's all going on at S&B Country Kennel. And as Joe likes to say, just a mile west off the Bungie Avenue exit on I-29, just south of Council Bluffs. Coming up today, we are going to head back over to Pace, and this time we are going to talk with Deanna Walz. She is the Director of Development for Pace, and we're going to learn a little bit more about her and some of the great events and also performances at Chanticleer that are coming up this season. And we'll also talk about Fourth Friday, which is a week from today. If you don't know what Fourth Friday is, you're about to find out. Deanna Walz from Pace is our guest today on Morning Coffee. If you're feeling stuck in uncertainty, conflict, or miscommunication, The Spiral of Accountability by local author Carol Horner is your guide to breaking free from the fog that clouds decision-making and relationships. Learn how to recognize negative cycles, shift your mindset, and build a culture of clarity and collaboration at work, at home, and in life. So if you're ready to spiral up, get your copy on Carol's website, spiralofaccountability.com, and you can also find her book on Amazon. We made a trip back over to Pace to talk with Deanna Walz, Director of Development, which sounds like a really important title that I don't know what it means, but thank you, Deanna.
Well, you're welcome. It's an important title because it's an important function.
Okay.
So my role here at Pace is to build relationships within the community and try to make Pace the arts center that Council Bluffs deserves and needs and wants. My job is to raise money so that we can continue to do the great work that we're doing, so that we can continue to keep the arts affordable and accessible to everybody in Council Bluffs. So, so it is a little important, but it's a job that I absolutely love. I have been involved in the arts since I was just able to talk, basically. When I was 4 years old, I took my first ballet class, and I begged and begged and begged my mother so I could take a ballet class, and she said yes, and 50 years later, we're still at it. I love what the arts can do for people individually, but what it can do for the community as a whole also.
Well, I think then that's going to put you in a very unique place to talk about it then, because having gotten involved in the arts and in ballet at that young of an age,
yes.
When you look back at that time, what types of foundations can you see being built that has allowed you to be in the position that you're in now?
Sure. Well, I got a chance to put the leotard and tights on and just learn from my teachers, which is an important skill that kids have kind of forgotten about, is how to listen, particularly when it's something that they're interested in. All kids have to go to school and they sit in a classroom and they have to learn this, and this. But when you put a subject in front of a child that is something that they're actively interested in, something magical happens. So that was kind of my earliest exposure to the arts. Then my Uncle Jimmy, who was an actor in Chicago. He's been in a couple of movies. I can't even think of what. He was on the TV show Empire, I think, at one point in time. He typically plays Chicago lawyer, Chicago cop.
So he's been typecast.
He's been typecast a little bit. He's got the accent and everything. But when I was a little girl, probably 5, 6, he took me to Annie. in Broadway, and that was my first exposure to a musical. And of course, that bit me enormously, and I've become a huge musical fan ever since. Did quite a bit of musicals when I was in high school, and then fell in love with radio, which is the common theme that we have together. And people had taught me, or I had the impression that you can't go far in theater unless you're going to go to Broadway. Well, I didn't feel that talented, or I kind of second-guessed myself. So I thought, well, radio is similar to theater. You're putting on it, you're doing a performance, even though you're being yourself. And so I did radio for 20 years, moving from Illinois to Fargo, North Dakota, to Lincoln, Nebraska, kind of chasing that dream. But as well as I do, radio is not the most solid career choice. Anybody that's out there,
especially in the on-air industry, people that have been in the industry in one market for a long time, those are the anomalies.
Right.
That's not the rule.
No.
And we can look at those people and think that, oh, well, this is what's possible.
Yeah.
This is really the one-off. Because just like you just talked about, in that particular industry, you're traveling.
Yeah.
You're going to where the opening is.
Right.
And chances are, after a year or two, you've kind of run the course of where you're at, and you're on to the next place.
Right.
Longevity is not a real common thing.
Right.
But what you're doing now, that's not really the case.
Right. So I was in radio in Lincoln, marriage fell apart, job fell apart, and I couldn't move anywhere because I had 3 little kids. So I just started looking for other opportunities, did a lot of work for other nonprofits, and of course love helping out the community and doing development work in that case. But I also, at that point in time, auditioned for a play at the Lincoln Community Playhouse. I auditioned for 9 to 5, the musical. And I love Dolly Parton, so I thought this could be great, and I got cast, and it reintroduced me to my love of theater once again.
Was that the role you played in that?
Oh gosh, no. That would have been really great. No, but I had a character, her name was, I can't remember the character's name, but I had lines.
Yeah.
I had like 2 lines or 2 or 3 lines, but it was again that concept of, for anybody that's watching that's never done theater. Have you ever done theater?
When I was a young man, I did a community theater production of On Golden Pond.
Oh, cool!
So,
well, we'll have to get you back at Chanticleer.
I was the role that Dabney Coleman played in the movie. That was what I did.
Okay.
Only I was 22.
Oh, sure.
Trying to tell people I was 45.
Right.
Which is kind of funny. I still have I have a copy of that. And you can go back and look how they made me up to look 45, and I said, that's not right.
Do you look
I haven't
now,
for a long time. I don't own a VHS player. I don't have a VCR, and it's on VHS.
Oh, well, so somebody who's listening right now has got to figure that out for you, because that would be a stitch to, pick what you imagine yourself to look like at 45, now, just to see how it worked. Anyway, my recommendation is for everybody to at least try a theater experience at least once. It's a great way to work with a bunch of people all on one project where everybody's invested in the success of this work. You're not getting paid for it. There's no CEO that is, trying to drive profits or anything like that. We do that in our day jobs. The theatrical experience is to put together and to work towards telling a story that you can share with the audience. So the audience walks away feeling something. There's a really special moment in any theatrical production where the audience and the cast connect. And it's the most magical experience, and it's why so many theater people feel that that's an addiction. Theater goers, it's an addiction because it is a level of connection that we don't get to experience anyplace else.
I've seen that. I remember seeing Rent up in Minneapolis, and the audience, the crowd, was part of that.
Yeah.
There's a spot where it is just expected that the crowd's going to cheer as this lady who's singing hits this high note.
Yeah.
And it happens in every single performance, so the crowd knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that it's coming. But that's the magic of theater, and it's one of the things that I absolutely love. So when the opportunity opened up to work here at Pace in Council Bluffs, I was so excited to apply. Theater's not my only love. I also am a ceramicist. That was a hobby I picked up during COVID. So that's really fun. We've got a pottery studio here at Pace. So just for a lot of folks who might not know what Pace is, I'm sure there still are people.
Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah, we're Potawatomi Arts, Culture, and Entertainment. And years ago, Bluff Arts Council, which is the original nonprofit, worked with several members of the community to come up with this amazing arts hub. And it combines several different mediums of art. So I've talked about theater quite a bit, but Pace is not just about theater. We've got the Council Bluffs Symphony Orchestra that is a part of our organization. We've got an amazing gallery that's upstairs. We have 5 studio artists who operate out of our space and teach classes. So we offer education to a lot of folks in the community, to kids, to adults. We just had a soup making class last Friday. Which was super fun. And then, so those are the direct programming from Pace. And then we also host American Midwest Ballet, and we host Kitchen Council, which is a really cool nonprofit for those interested in the culinary arts. So if you've ever had an idea for, a hot sauce, or for, you've wanted to have a chili restaurant or something, you can kind of workshop your things here. This is where you can kind of get that, all that work. We've got a commercial kitchen. Yep. You can kind of, figure out how you're going to run your business here, and the Kitchen Council folks kind of help you through that. But we're all in one building, which is really fun, really exciting. You walk in the door in the morning and you see the tutus, kind of all lined up, and then you see some kids walking around with paint smeared all over them. It's a really wonderful place and a jewel for the city of Council Bluffs. If you haven't been here, I highly encourage you to come. We have this really fun event called Fourth Friday, which, is coming up next Friday, October 24th. It's free admission. So there are very few things that are free anymore. Really very few. Free admission to come in. We've got live music. We've got the art gallery is going to be open. We have 3 different exhibits that are open right now. So you can bring your date. You can bring whoever and enjoy an absolutely free. You got little kids? Bring them. We'd love to have them. In fact, Friday we're going to do some trick-or-treating. We're going to have an adult costume contest, a kids costume contest. But again, it's all free. Chef Dan from Chef Around the Block. We'll have food for purchase.
One of my favorite guys.
Yeah.
I think for my money, Chef Dan is he's the best chef in town.
Yeah.
And I would even include Omaha in that.
Yeah.
He is so good.
He's so good. And what he's really good at doing is creating unique combinations of food that you already know you're going to love. But he does it in a creative and interesting way. So he's doing a fun Halloween twist on his menu for Halloween at the Hoff on Friday. So that'll be really fun. We're doing flashlight tours of the gallery at night, and I'm not entirely sure what they have planned. Our programming team is planning that, but they're gonna turn the lights off, and you're gonna have flashlights, and you're gonna go around the gallery looking for specific things, which will be really fun. It's just a fun night, and that's what I love about what we do here at Pace, and that's part of what I want to encourage people to do is to come out and visit us, because we're here for Council Bluffs. We are an organization that wants to invite the people in. We're not just for some people in Council Bluffs. We're here for everyone in Council Bluffs. Bring the family out, come see what we've got, because it's fun, it's cool.
This facility is an example of what I've talked about in different places around town, that you see the development and you see the renovations that are happening in certain places and the new construction that's going on. You could take Pace and take this entire facility and drop it into any metropolitan area in the country and it would fit.
Yes.
It is that nice. When you come in here, use it. I'm in Iowa.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and you could drop it into any city, but there's so many pieces and components that are uniquely Council Bluffs, and it's a little hard to describe. But there's, we've got the corn murals that used to be in the Chieftain Hotel. We've just got a lot of the history in our building. We are located. This is the old brick from an old International Harvester implement facility. It's built into our DNA, but we've taken the essence of Council Bluffs and just added some artistic elements to it. And we just want everybody to just feel that this is their artistic and creative home.
I think that that has happened, and I also think that it's not just inside of Council Bluffs. You see people coming from other communities wanting to come in and take advantage of what's going on here, whether it is getting involved with community theater or, if you go through the art gallery, you're going to find local artists in there from Council Bluffs and other areas. So it's working and it's happening.
Good. Speaking of the entire county and the gallery, we just debuted our history of Potawatomi County, the unusual history, the in-between history.
Okay.
So that's going to be actually debuting this weekend. So you can come out when you come out for Hot Fourth Friday to check it out. But it's there's like a story of the disappearing hogs. We collaborated with some of the other area museums in Potawatomi County, so there's all these weird stories. Oh, I heard about this one, da-da-da-da-da, all these weird stories. It's an exhibit specifically dedicated to all of those. So it's funny, it's interactive, and it's a good time.
There's so much history in this town. And the fact that you're preserving it is encouraging to me because we've lost a lot. There was, you go back to the middle of the last century, and I don't know that we had enough of a realization of what we were losing, and things were falling into disrepair to the point that they just had to be torn down. We even saw that happen just last year with the old YMCA building that had just gotten so bad that they had to take it down. But that's not always the case. And you're seeing what's happened here with Pace, and you see that we're starting to see renovations up and down South Main, and what's happened on the 100 block. And so we're keeping that, and it's important to keep that.
I think forward progress is always that delicate combination of honoring our past and our heritage and looking forward at the same time, and figuring out how we can bring our past forward with us and embrace what's to come.
So Fourth Friday coming up next Friday. I want to encourage everybody to come out. And this is usually, the ones that I've been to are usually pretty well attended. It's kind of a place to be, this is where you want to be seen. I think. You see people dressed in all types of, some will be really dressed up, some will just be kind of wearing what I'm wearing now. And that part doesn't matter. Nobody cares.
I'm going to be dressed as Elvis. I am. I'm going to be Elvis.
Young Elvis or old Elvis?
Old Elvis.
Well, he passed when he was 42, so
I know. He'll be young Elvis to me.
There is no really, when you think about it and you look back at how old he was, that doesn't really
white jumpsuit Elvis. I got a white jumpsuit. I own one.
Really?
Yeah.
So, gonna guitar and actually do impressions?
I have a guitar. Yeah, that's good. I might need to add some accessories to the costume. That's a good thought. Thank you for the idea.
I do what I can to try to spread the joy wherever it's possible.
Halloween at the Hoff. That's next Friday. Chanticleer's got some great productions that are coming up. We've got Meet Me in St. Louis. That's going to be our December show. That's that musical that everybody loves. Judy Garland was in the movie. So that's a huge crowd pleaser. Great time to bring if you've got family coming into town, take them to the show because that's going to be a great musical. In January, we've got The Perfect Wedding. We actually have 3 productions right now from Chanticleer Theater that are in different pieces and production components. We're an active building. That's a farce comedy that's coming up in January, and then The Diary of Anne Frank will be in March.
That would be an interesting performance because I'm sure it's going to have a much more serious tone to it.
Oh yes, and hopeful. It's serious and hopeful at the same time. So it'll be a great thing to come to learn, to feel something again. That's what theater's all about. It's to share these stories and to share the experiences with your community.
And probably too that you've had I'm sure you get a lot of the same actors back that are going to be part of it. So this is a way for them to stretch into a different genre that maybe they hadn't done before here
Absolutely,
at the stage.
And I would encourage anyone. So auditions for The Diary of Anne Frank are October 19th and 20th. I know that's coming up depending on when you're watching this podcast.
Pretty soon.
You might be catching it after auditions are open, but you can always check out our website for audition information, paceartsiowa.org. I encourage everybody to at least try it. Go through the experience. I've met some of the best friends I've ever met in theater. You just meet this wonderful cast of weirdos. And it's so great. And then they have your back. And it's amazing because you can run into them 10 years later and you have these memories.
And it may even be something that's not involved with being on stage.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many different folks that have to be involved with these to pull them together.
Absolutely. And we're always looking for volunteers here at Pace as well. Volunteers get some perks on tickets. So that's kind of a nice thing. You get a chance to hang out with the art. There's fun stuff all the time. So if you'd like to volunteer at Pace, boy, we'd love to have you.
Well, look at you.
Yeah, come on over.
Well, listen, Deanna, thank you so much for filling us in on just some of the stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
Looking forward to the next Fourth Friday, which is once a month. Come out every Fourth Friday, and it's going to be going on here. If I remember right, it gets started at 5?
Trick-or-treating starts at 4:30.
At 4:30 then. Okay, so that starts at 4:30.
So it'll be early, but you can drop in really at any time. Trick-or-treating 4:30 to 6:30. Sometimes the times I get off on. Come here early so you can get all the good candy.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Too.
I'll save you some candy bars. We have some full-size candy bars. I just found out yesterday.
Oh,
there's going to
boy.
be like one station that's going to have full-size candy bars.
Yeah.
I don't know which one.
Yeah, I want to tell you a quick story that this happened. I was at it was a soccer event, so it's up at the facility, and all these businesses are lined up to get candy, and everybody just laid their candy out on the table. Kids are coming by, they pick up one and say thank you and move on. This one boy gets to the table, and I'm going to look at you and do just like he's doing. He doesn't take his eyes off of me, and he just starts picking candy up one at a time and putting it into his bucket, and he doesn't stop. And I'm just fascinated.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah.
And it was like he's daring me to stop him. And I wasn't going to stop him because I had plenty of candy. I didn't care. And eventually the line pushed him on.
Oh, that's funny.
But I wonder how far this is going to go.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
that's great.
It was hilarious. So anyway, you never know what you run into. You never know some of the costumes.
Maybe he'll show up.
Yeah,
How long ago was this?
it was a couple of years ago. So he might still be out there doing it. He wasn't real big.
We'll look for him.
All right, Deanna Walz, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And please don't be a stranger. Come back anytime.
I will anytime.
Boy, Fourth Friday sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it? And also, if you go to paceartsiowa.org, and you can learn more about how you can get involved with some of the performances, too. If you need precision metal fabrication done right, look no further than Foxco Fabrication in Council Bluffs. That is our good friend, Mr. Rick Graybill, doing all of that wonderful work. And he is our guest on the other show today, Local Roots. And we're learning about his new podcast. Now, I can give you a warning that don't listen to that podcast at work, especially if you don't have on headphones like this. It's not safe for work. This is three buddies getting together and talking, and it's a no holds barred. If you offend easy, probably don't want to watch it either. But the interview is just fine. We're fine with that. We kept it clean. So learn more about that. That is on the Local Roots show for today. But if you need some metal fabrication done, including marketing materials on cups or mugs, or maybe having some signs made, go to foxcofab.com to learn more. And Service Master Restore by Schmader knows it can be hard to get back to normal when you've suffered serious property damage due to flooding, fire, or smoke, and you may also be left with all sorts of questions about how to get your home or business back to normal. Cindy Schmader was our guest yesterday on Local Roots with Service Master Restore by Schmader, and she gave some great information on tips to keep from needing to call her this winter, especially having to do with your gutters and getting water backed up into your home or basement. So again, that is yesterday's Local Roots show. And when you need restoration services done correctly, get a hold of Service Master Restore by Schmader. Wraps up today's show, also wraps up the week. Thank you so much for being a part of things. I'm looking forward to a great weekend, and we'll be back here with you Monday morning. My name's Todd Studer. We'll see you then.